All right, let's begin. All right. Welcome to another stream. So last couple days, I've been just kind of randomly poking around with stuff and just testing out ideas. But this stream, I kind of want to like actually work on like making a plan. That way, I'm not like stumbling around. One second, I'm gonna also share the stream real quick. There we go. All right, there we go. So yeah, last couple streams I did, I basically just kind of messed around with random things like ideas and stuff. I want to actually take time and actually make some planning, and also go through a couple like stuff that people were asking questions about. Yesterday, there were people asking questions about like how you make a couple things, or how you figure out what needs to be made. So I figured this would actually be a good time to actually like go over those questions, also like show some stuff off. So yeah, so today doing some design planning for the project, and this is going to be a little bit more of a unique stream, because I'm actually going to go through some of the things that were asked on last stream. Sorry, ADHD, I literally just said that. Anyway, so let's begin. A couple people were wondering like where you learn how to do game development, how you learn new stuff, where to begin, stuff like that. And I mentioned before, like on several of my videos and previous streams, like whenever you're trying to do game development, whenever you're trying to learn how to do game development, like you always want to instead of trying to figure out how to do like an entire game, like focus on a game mechanic first, and like figure out like just kind of do like a rundown of like what makes up that game mechanic, and learn how to make build game mechanics at a time. Because like whenever you learn how to make a game mechanic, you can take that game mechanic and make it into multiple games. For example, platformer, you learn how to make platformer controls. You could take that and you could do a Mario style game. You could add more features onto platformer controlling, extend it over time, and do like a Metroidvania controller. So like Castlevania, Metroid games, 2D Metroid games specifically, like Metroid Dread, or like Hollow Knight, Silksong, stuff like that. So I'm actually going to be taking apart Oracle Seasons and Oracle Ages, and actually going through game mechanics, and actually just bringing it down. So I talked about I was wanting to get like the UI and like inventory and stuff down, so I could actually equip stuff and actually start working on it. So let's actually go through that. I'm going to actually break down the actual inventory, and first I'm actually going to start with player HUD, just to use like a quick small example. So for anybody wondering, the program I'm using is called Obsidian. It is actually a free program. It's really nice, and it is actually, I'll actually like, just if anyone's kind of curious about like where like I'll actually like grab like a link and put it inside the description, just in case anybody wants to like figure out like where to get Obsidian. It's a nice little free program where you can actually write out notes. You can like keep track of images, and you can also make like little canvases and a few other things. So if anybody's wondering what program I'm using, that is it. So I want to start with talking about UI just for like a little bit, and inventory. So whenever I'm working on a game mechanic, if I'm doing like a fan remake or like recreating a mechanic, I like to find references. So whenever you're like, I'm going to use, well, since I'm remaking Oracle Seasons, I'm going to be using Oracle Seasons. Normally, whenever I'm making a mechanic, I find a video, or I grab the actual game and actually play it, and actually get like a save point to where I can actually like see the mechanic that I want to actually remake. That way I can go back and play it, because like actually playing it and actually be able to get the feel of like how it actually works is a really good way to help like figure out like how you want to actually make it inside a game engine. So got a couple pictures here. So left picture is actually like Oracle Seasons, and you have like your shovel, your like sword equip. So you have like your player HUD. And then I have like the true color palette. Thank you to Mr. Mike for getting this. This is actually the sprites in game. So these are actually the in-game sprites actually used for Oracle Ages and Oracle Seasons. And I'm also gonna have like a sprite also open a little bit so we can actually like examine these. So since I'm wanting to actually figure out like how was this game made, like some of the arts and like layout and stuff was made, let's actually do that. So rough overview. So if you notice, Oracle Ages and Oracle Seasons was made for like Game Boy Color. Since this is fan remake, I like to go and find the original like sizes of like the game resolution. So like the original screen resolution was like 160 by 144 pixels, with most tiles being by 16 pixels. So 10 tiles for the width, and then like 9 tiles for the height. Fun fact about the UI. Each UI icon is also can be considered a tile. If I actually go into here, I'm gonna actually, so let's go find the sword real quick. Let's actually go find the sword icon. So if I actually click here and actually grab it, you'll notice that the sword is actually 16 pixels high and 24 pixels wide. So sometimes like games actually, instead of like using like full 16:16 for tiles, they use like they split tiles into different pieces. Like for example, like 8x8. So sometimes you'll have like one tile like height like this. So like since each tile is like 16 by 16, and then you'll have like 1.5 width. And to make up for the 1.5 width, they'll have another 1.5 width tile. So for example, if we actually like look for here, you see how you have the sword icon in the level 2, that's 24 pixels. And you could also, to make up like the other, which would be 1.5 tiles, to make up the other half tile, if you notice with this one, there's none of the lines here. Like you'll notice that we have lines here, so you can see like we have like the B and we have like the black box. And of course, if we actually like go into the size of the sprites, you'll actually see like if I actually grab just the inside, you'll notice it's pretty much like 32. Well, it's 33 by 16. But if you actually notice, if I actually grab both item boxes, and I'm gonna make sure on the stream you can actually see it. Okay, I might have to like actually. A little bit off screen, but like down here you can actually see where it says like 80, like below the mouse right now you can see like it says like 80 by 16. Remember, the width of the Game Boy Color screen was 160 original screen size. So both inventory slots on the player HUD makes up exactly half of the size of the screen. And then after that, you have more icons like your hearts and so forth. And sure enough, if we actually go back to here, you'll notice that the like little ruby is 8x8. So like a half tile height and half tile width. So you'll see here that the ruby is like has like another 8x8 slot to it. Same thing for geode. And you'll notice, well, the hearts also are, well, guess what? 8x8. So whenever I'm doing like game design and stuff, whether like for example, like since we're doing UI here, I try to figure out like I get references, I check this like size of the UI and so forth, and figure out like, okay, if I'm going to be like on a, if the common aspect ratio is like a 16 by 9 or 16 by 10 on like a monitor, you can maybe have it where, okay, maybe there's like 16 tiles on screen and for width, and then like 9 tiles per height. That might be a little too small, so you might have 32 or by 32 by like 13 or so. It's one of those things that you just play around with and figure out. But yeah, so I'm gonna just go through here. I'm gonna actually make some notes while I'm doing this, because I want to actually talk about this. So let's actually go, I'm gonna actually create a folder real quick. UI breakdown, or UI, yeah, let's just use UI breakdown. So with that in mind, we can actually go inside the game engine. We can actually start like creating these, like recreating like the UI and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna actually go and I'm gonna say UI UI layout, or like UI design, or let's just say player HUD. Yeah, player HUD. I'm gonna just say player HUD. I'm gonna go here, and if you notice, I'm gonna actually just show this off. Icon, player image, icons. Let's do image icons, size, multiples of 8 by 8, or half tile by half tile. And just to show this off, the reason why I like Obsidian. Okay, so I'm making this note. I can actually just drag that note down here. And I can actually so I can actually just grab this. I'm gonna just grab this down here, and I'm gonna actually just have it where, boom. I'm gonna actually just group these real quick. I'm gonna say player let's say UI icons, and yeah. So basically, now since we actually know, okay, so like the each icon in the game, let me remove the blue grid so we can actually like see this. We can actually see that we have several icons, and again, most of them are going to be same size, or like multiples of same size. So this one is actually 8 by 16. I accidentally grabbed a one pixel above it, but yeah, it's 8 by 16 and so forth. So let's say like item, or let's say world item icons, let's say 8 by 16, and so forth. But basically, whenever you're wanting to find references, kind of make a breakdown of it like this. Before I go and break it down too much, because I'm an ADHD person, I actually like to go ahead and actually like do part of the breakdown and then like make part of it. So I'm gonna make the equipment system real quick. Oh, I meant to actually grab minimize this one. Yeah, whoop, there we go. Let's go ahead and like actually make the player HUD. We're actually going to do this. Let me minimize or collapse the folder. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to go to UI toolkit. I'm going to go to player HUD. I'm actually going to do let's actually make this real quick. I'm actually gonna change how I was doing this, because yesterday I was thinking about like I did some of the UI art for like the hearts and stuff, but let me change how I'm actually gonna set this up. So let's go ahead and just make the actual like layout and so forth. So I'm gonna say let's do player HUD. Alright. I know I have, oh wait, I already had one. I forgot. I actually started making this yesterday. I actually delete this other one. I forgot about this. Normally I don't like using UI Builder. I prefer to use UXML. But for now, I'll just go ahead and like use UI Builder, just so I can actually show this off, make this a little bit easier for people to see. Alright, let's actually get rid of that. So I'm going to get rid of the heart row real quick. So when we look at this UI, we have a couple different elements. You always want to like break things up into smallest pieces. That way you're not like overwhelming yourself. So we have two different things. We have our icons or item slots. I keep saying icon slots. So I'm going to just say, let's just add a visual element real quick. I'm going to say, let's just do item slot. I'm going to say item slot A. I'm going to actually duplicate this. I'm gonna actually go up here. I'm gonna just call this item slot. Actually, wait. I just realized that B is actually on the left and A is actually on the right icon slot. Alright, so I need to actually reverse these. So there we go. So we have item icon slot and so forth. And we notice that we have over here, we start to have like a little bit of where we have like the our left side is like item icons, and the right side you have like hearts and stuff. So the left side is mostly like made up of like the full size icons, like 16 by 6. If you notice, like most of the icons on our stuff on the right is like the 8 by 8 UI stuff. So what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna actually just say item. Let's just do item slot container. Item slot container. And if anybody's wondering about my naming convention, it's called BIM. It's like block. It's like a block model, like a BIM name. Oh, actually, good. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just so everybody, if anybody's ever wondering about this, for my naming convention stuff, I actually follow BIM. Unity also uses BIM, by the way. BIM is actually a like a standard. So if anybody's ever like working or like doing game development, there's actually is a standard for like naming convention. It sounds weird to have a naming convention for UI, but it is. As a developer, naming is weirdly one of the worst things you have to figure out. So having something that literally just is a naming convention that actually makes it easier for you to figure out how to name stuff is really nice. And I'll go ahead and like if anybody's ever curious about that, I'll go ahead and like drop that link inside the chat. For those that are like oops, let me actually do this instead. For UI elements. There we go. But yeah, if anybody's ever curious about that. All right, so we have item slot A, item slot B, and what we can actually do, we can. Yeah, you know what? I was gonna say I could just make this a 2 pane, but that's a little overkill. We don't need that amount of functionality. Let's do oh, actually, instead of say item slot container, let's say player HUD left. Reason why I'm doing that is I just realized item slot container actually sounds like something that I might want to actually use name wise for like actual like inventory menu. Yeah. So we have our player left. I'm gonna just temporarily put icons here just so we can actually like see them and so forth. So I'm actually going to go and I'm going to actually just do actually just grab inventory. That's actually inventory UI. And I'm actually gonna just grab this one over here. Wait, actually, let's let's actually grab this because I actually already have edited this one a little bit. Yeah, just grab that in there. That way I don't have to worry about it. Yep. All right. Cool. Let's get this in here real quick, and I'm gonna actually default. Oh right. Why is profiler on my default? Okay. Oh, 1 second. I need to actually oh, I accidentally hit debug, not default. I was like, what? Anyways, yeah. So let's grab this. Actually, I think this one might be a little bit, yeah, okay, I was about to say that one's wider than 256 by 256. All right, so let's grab our icons real quick. Yeah, I will be making all custom icons later on down the line, but for now, this is okay. Yeah. Let's do this. I'm going to actually go in here, and for now I am going to keep the the background images, or I'm going to keep the background stuff. But let's actually go ahead and let's do let's do icon sword level 1. Yeah, let's just do that. So we're gonna just grab this sword icon real quick, just so we have a little we can actually start seeing the stuff. And remember, I mentioned earlier that the UI was actually 40 pixels by 40 pixels, or sorry, 40 pixels wide, and then 16 pixels high inside of the actual player HUD. Get this, minimize this, that way we can actually see this in. So B is first, and we're gonna do HUD. Or let's match item slot, or yeah, let's do item slot B. Actually don't need them. I just realized. Actually, you know what, let's go ahead and do a dash symbol, that way I don't think I accidentally did something weird here. All right. And then we're gonna just do item slot A. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get this here. So I am going to grab the player HUD, and I'm gonna actually just grab this real quick, just so we can actually start seeing images, because right now there are stuff here, I just don't have icons for them. Let's go ahead and just add icons. Let's go ahead and go to background, change this to sprite. I'm gonna actually full screen Unity just while I'm doing this one. We'll go ahead and change this, and I'm gonna say item slot B, and say item slot A. And what we're gonna say is, actually, wait, instead of C, but okay, so we could actually have some fun things with this. So let's actually do it real quick. So currently, because I'm just setting this as a background, there actually is it's actually there's technically no content in the UI thing, but if I add a little text thing, then it will start appearing. So for example, if I just add a label and I just made it child element, oh okay, now you can start seeing there's actually the UI sprite and everything right here, but we don't want a label. So what I might actually do is, Unity actually has a just UI thing called image. Instead of doing, I'm gonna actually clear unset all. Image actually has a source field that I can actually just set it here, and this way I don't have to worry about background. And I'm gonna actually grab this item slot B. I'm gonna say item slot B icon, say icon. Yeah, so do that, grab that. I'm gonna actually duplicate this and also put this as a child of A. Man, that's gonna throw me off that Oracle Seasons actually had B first instead of A first. That's really gonna just mess with me. But yeah, so whenever we're doing this, so normally whenever you're, for those that haven't used UI toolkit, they basically do column mode first. So UI goes from top to bottom. We don't want that. What we want is we want to have actual, we want to actually have like a actual like row based icon. That way we can have like the hearts, we can have like the rubies and stuff at the going in row. And what I mean by row is like just having to go from left to right like this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually have player, I'll say player HUD, and I'll just say container. Oh, it was not typing. Nice. Probably when that happens. Player HUD, and now I'm going to just say player HUD container. Actually, technically I should do it. This. No. Trying to think of like the best way. Well, I actually realized earlier I actually broke my own naming convention. I was like, wait a second, that's not. I literally took a look at what I was like typing down earlier, and I was like, wait a second, I not follow my own naming convention. Alright, so we got our player HUD here. So I'm gonna actually instead of like setting the style in here, I'm actually gonna have it use I'm gonna actually use the style sheet. Also, wait a second. Did I already import it? Oh sweet, never mind. I don't even, it might be better if I just do it this way instead. And FF row, hey wait a second, that should be send that as a row. Oh, why is Unity using the, okay, so fun fact, you can set like the style sheet theme. RPG Zelda-like game, so I'm gonna first be remaking like Oracle Seasons and Oracle Ages both in one game, kind of. And then after I do that, I'm gonna be adding like a lot of like my own custom content, a lot of my own like fan content. But yeah. Also, how are you doing, Commando? Hopefully you are having a fantastic day. But basically, I'll be doing Oracle of Ages, Oracle Seasons remake, and then I'll be adding my own custom art, and then like be doing like a lot of like custom content later. But first I want to like actually like get the mechanics in and so forth. Anyway, as I was saying, let's go to ZDTDR. Our name is supposed I'm gonna see how much I can like do in a single month. I honestly am not sure how much I'll be able to do in a single month, but it is something I want to find out. I need the Unity default theme, and then I need to add some style sheets. So I actually created my own like a system where I have like a common style sheet that I use across multiple things, like multiple projects. So I'm gonna actually just use that. Let's actually just use common. That should be the one that has like the oh, 2-column. I forgot about that. I'm gonna make sure before I forget, let's go and let's actually open this up. Give it a second. I want to make sure all right, that was actually mess up row. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay, there we go. Make sure that I actually have this set. Let's actually go here and last name cannot contain spaces. Oh, I was like, what? Apparently I accidentally like copy spaces. Okay, well, let's make sure that let's actually see. I want to check something out real quick. We're gonna go to the player HUD real quick. Let me actually go save this real quick, and I'm actually going to grab this and actually set this as the name of that and get rid of that. Yes, the beautiful That's what I was wondering. I was like, wait a second. Scroll screen size, screen space overlay. Yeah. Oh. Let's do, okay. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, let's check this out. I want to see oh, I bet I know what it is. If I actually go here, if I grab this, oh yeah, it's not matching game view. I was like, what? That does not look right. There we go. I was confused for a bit. I was like, huh. All right, there we go. Okay, that's what it was. I was like, gotta remember match game view. But yeah, okay. So now we have that, and what I could actually do is I could actually also make this. Actually, it might be better if I actually just make both these a also like a SF row as well. So if I actually do this, I'm actually gonna. I'm just gonna move these over. Come on. There we go. And then I'm gonna actually get rid of the old one. Yeah, there we go. And I'm actually going to set this as a. I'm actually going to copy this, just so I don't have to like rename everything, or like set that up. There. Now stuff will automatically be taken care of for the most part for me. All right. So let's make sure this, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're going to set up heart container slot. So it looks like, okay, so left side is 80, and like right here is like the split, and the right side is like past, like the ruby is the start of a second set of 80 pixels, because the Game Boy Color screen size is like 160. So it looks like the hearts. Oh, I just remembered the ruby is literally 8 pixels. Okay, so 8, 16, 24. So 56. Okay, so the hearts make up 56 pixels. Okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's say let's just grab visual. Let's go ahead and we're gonna say rupee. That's just rupees, and yeah, rupee rupee. Technically, is it 2 P's or 1 P? I'm not talking about like the India currency. Like there's actually like a, depending on like it's like wait, actually, is Legend of Zelda, oh my god, I never thought about this. Is Legend of Zelda like Ruby with B or Rupee with P? Because they're both two different things. One is like a currency for India, and one, I'm assuming, is actually like, okay, yeah. Just making sure. They're using the same spelling for like the gems, because there's actually a type of rupee which is like a ruby, and I think there's also like some rubies are actually like sapphire and emeralds, like real life things. I was trying to make sure like which spelling they were actually using. Rupee. Yeah. Okay. So rupee container. And then what we're gonna do is we'll just have another one, and this will be our heart container. Heart container. Yeah, we're gonna just say our heart container. This one I just want to make sure gonna set that as 2 column. This one, it's not exactly going to be 2 column though. The reason why is because like one is actually going to be like take up like, well, okay, actually wait, calculator time, everyone. So because my brain is like not working. Okay, yeah, so 70%. Okay, so I was thinking brain was not working. Okay, so like the heart container will actually make up like 70%. Where it shows like the hearts actually makes up like 70. I don't have to like fold this like one by one. I can do this differently, but we're gonna do this. Okay, so I'm gonna say 70%. We're gonna say 30%. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually I'm gonna bring this back up again just so we can have it. I'm gonna kind of closing away the hierarchy so we have more room up here. All right, so we need the Ruby icon. So I can just do image. We'll say Ruby icon. Then we need text, like a label to be exact. Ruby label. We have like Ruby icon, Ruby label, and I will need. Okay, I know I have like the I know I have like the icons and stuff already for the rubies. But I really want to like do my own like some of my own like art for it. So let's actually player HUD. Yeah, let's actually do this. I actually want to use my like some of my own drawing stuff. So let's grab this. I'm gonna actually. The Ruby is actually also 8 pixels, so for the most part it's pretty much I think it's like 4 over, and then like from here they actually go to like that. Yeah. And then yeah, pretty much like that. And actually like in the original art, they actually just had like white to show like kind of a shine. I kind of want to do instead of using white, I actually want to choose my own colors. Let's actually go like over. Let's go 6, and then I'm gonna actually like go up a little bit. Let's actually see this. Oops, I still had that. That's fine. Now let's see, because I don't want to like just like straight up like take the art. Let's see how this looks. All right, maybe a little bit more. Maybe actually let's go like all right, let's actually do this so I'm not like having to play the guessing game. I can actually go to edit, adjustments, use saturation. I can actually do this so we can actually like see like yeah, so I can actually like do this to actually like see. I could do like kind of like lightness. Yeah, so we can actually do this. Because instead of using like that pasty white, I kind of want to like use like a little bit more like of a red on it. It's not going to be like best thing, but I mean it's going to be better than just like pasty white. Oh, wait, it didn't work. Wait, I don't think that actually went through. Hold on, thought. Maybe it did. Oh, no, it did go through. Yeah, I'm gonna just go back to UNT. I'm gonna just go here. I'm gonna just actually write this up. Yeah. Oh, too high. Oops. I just realized. Wait 1 second. I gotta fix the hearts. Apparently, I'm just really bad, and I actually I did. Okay. My bad. Hold on, thought. I somehow managed to make the sprite exactly 1 more pixel on each side for the hearts. I'm glad I noticed that before I started like shoving them in there. Let's do Ruby Rupee. Let's just do rupee icon. No. Oh, for bloody sake, you what? Whatever. Rupee. HUD. Hang on. Okay, don't need that. Wow, my fingers are typing bad today. Whatever. That took like a whole 5 minutes more than it bloody should have, but whatever. Yeah, so let's do this. We'll just go ahead and go to Ruby icon. Got a sprite. We'll go ahead and do the one that I just made in a sprite. Oh, it looks so beautiful. It's a little small though, but work in progress. So I'm gonna just say rupee. Let's just give it a default value just for now. Let's do 0, 0 for now. I'm not gonna like worry too much about like the actual like full-on layout and stuff. But yeah. If I actually go back to like game, okay, yeah, and looks a little small obviously for now, but that's okay. So we got our like rupee icon and our labels and so forth. Wait a second. If I actually go back to I know why it seems off. Yeah. Oh, that's why. Let's actually do this as a maybe not. Okay. I wasn't sure. Whatever. We'll worry about the sizing later. Anyways, heart containers. Let's go here. Now I'm this one will actually need some code stuff, but for now, just so we have like a visual thing, heart row row container. We'll just not the best naming convention. Heart row container. We'll just do that. Yeah. All right, but yeah, just for now. All right, so there's two sets of rows for the heart. So let's just go and grab 2 rows. I'll say heart row. And if anybody needs me like zoom in on like increase the size of the UI and stuff so it's easier to see, I can do that. Let's say heart row. Actually, let's do heart row top, and we'll just do heart row top, heart row bottom. So yeah. For now, I'm gonna just like put like 3 hearts inside of the heart row top, just so we have like something visual. And I'm actually going to just do this, make it a little bit more like a consistent for like naming stuff. Yeah. So let's grab image. Just like I said, I'll shove 3 hearts in here. Just to, I like how shoving like a heart icon in there just makes that one rupee icon bigger. Heart icon. We'll just do this. Let's just do. We'll just do that. Oh, I actually know why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah, I actually know why I do it. Fun fact: the reason why like the Ruby icon actually went to correct size is because of how like flex bases work. Yeah, directions and specifically like a direction. Okay. I will worry about that later. But anyways, label's a little small, but I'm gonna just bump it up real quick. I said I'm just getting like the actual like stuff here. I will worry about like making it look like a proper later. For now, I want to actually like have like something on screen. All right, so got a UI filter. You'll notice that, whoa, wow, that's really small. Well, there's a couple different reasons why that happens, and I'm gonna actually like enter play mode real quick and showcase this real quick. All right, so let's actually go here and see like why is this so small. I'm gonna full screen Unity just so we can actually like see it. And let's go to default layout just to show this off. So player HUD. I'm purposely like actually kind of making this like a little like horrible looking just so I can actually showcase this for anybody that hasn't seen it. If anybody hasn't used like Unity's UI toolkit and they ever run into things and they want to like debug it, let me show you how you can do that. So under Window UI toolkit, there's like a little debugging thing. If I actually go in here, you'll notice that, okay, well, the blue overlay shows like what size of screen it's taking up. But you'll notice that the row is a little small there. So the row is actually only taking up 32 like pixels. And yeah. And if we actually go to like the first icon, okay, well, it is showing 16 by like 16 pixels high. And that is actually the size of like the UI. So this is where coming from like a Game Boy Color game to a bigger game actually, or like bigger screen actually requires some hand changes. So since like the original sprites were literally only like 16 pixels high, obviously that's really small for current day resolutions. So there's a couple different things you could do. I'm gonna actually, so like just show this off. If I actually like change this panel, make sure, let me actually make sure I have this. Okay, just making sure I have the correct panel. If I actually like change this like reference pixel size, you know, it's sprites like really doesn't show that much changes. Well, yeah. So let's actually go to this. Let's say constant pixel size. You'll notice, okay, well, when I go to constant pixel size, it starts to look a little bit better, but it's still not like what you would expect. So there's a couple different ways you could like fix this. You could do you can either change like constant pixel size and then choose a reference like DPI, or you could do scale with screen size, and you could do like match reference. So for I'm gonna actually bring this down here just so we could show this off. All right, there we go. All right, so if I actually like choose the resolution of my monitor, it'll actually start looking good. Let me actually get the exact resolution. Just show you guys. So like a resolution is like 2564. If I actually go here and I do 256, 25. Wait, I say that right. 2560. I was like, wait a second, that doesn't sound right. And now I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say that. All right. Still doesn't look right? Yeah. So that's the fun part. It really requires forgetting like all the like the original like asset size. So like setting like the asset size to like 16 by 16 and so forth won't actually give us what we want. So there's a couple things we could do. If I actually go back to this, just to like show this off so people could see this, I could make it where the player HUD container row actually has a minimum. Did it just, okay, well that was weird. Oh, apparently there's now a minimum size for that. So anyways, ignoring that, what you could do is you could actually set a minimum size for this. So we have our player HUD container. I could set a minimum height, or I could set like a aspect ratio, few other thing. I'm going to be doing like aspect ratio stuff. And we're gonna do this. I'm going to say So the original screen size, or like UI size was actually 10% of the screen. So I'm gonna just say 10%. Oh. Oh wait, okay, hold on thought. One second. I wanna see, I have a feeling, wait a second, is this, I gotta check this real quick. So I'm spawning it via a UXML, UI, what is not UXML, but a UI document. I just realized something. If I actually go in here, let me actually check to see this real quick. All right, so it is actually, da, 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 da. All right, let's do this. Yeah, that is what it is. Okay, so that's one of the fun things about, okay, let's do this. Is this Unity's image? Okay, I normally go with my own thing. This might actually be like Unity's own like image thing, because this actually is overriding a value. So if you see here, yeah. Okay, so the image icon, the way they have it set up, it actually just sets it by the actual like a size. But that would, let's do this. Technically it's I want to see 1440. Yeah, yeah, there it is. That's okay, well, so yeah, so we will have to change like how we like we'll have to add like a multiplier for the size of like the original like sprite images to actually make sense inside of Unity. What I want to see though is like Unity's built-in image class. I was gonna see what it has for like styles. It actually doesn't show like it uses that many styles. So I have a feeling that somewhere inside of Unity's custom like image code or like a code, it just has like it just auto sizes to like the actual image. Fun. All right, but that's not what we want. That is not what we want at all. So making sure like all the other rows. Yep. All right. Well, let's have some fun with this. I want to test out something. If I actually just do this in this way, I'm gonna actually go to the Ruby container and I'm gonna add a visual element. And I'm gonna make the visual element like 100%. You know, just fun times. All right, I'm gonna actually add a background to this visual element. I want to see like not an actual image, but like an image class, but like an actual background. And I want to add the item slot. Or actually, let's just add a random icon. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was expecting. Yeah, okay, so that's what it was. So yeah, so Unity's actual like image built-in icon just by default scales with the like the actual like pixel size instead of like auto sizing. Cool. All right, that is just what I was curious about. All right, so well, we can do this. We can actually fix this a couple ways. We can make the like item images like a default like size, like so currently it's literally 100% of like its containing element, and we can make it where it's actually more of a defined like a mini sprite. So if I actually go to here and if I actually like say 32 pixels, and also do like a, let's say since this was originally like 40 pixels, let's just do that. No, 40%, 40 px instead. Yep. We're gonna see. No, it doesn't. Okay, wow, that's cool. Aw, Unity, you beautiful thing. I have a feeling. You know, I literally I wanted to. Okay, we're gonna have to test this out. So let's do it this way. Auto. Auto. Oh, actually, I wonder. Like, yeah, you know what, let's just do this. Auto. It won't actually let me, or do I have to unset it to have it? That was gonna be fun. Oh, that's the background, not the actual size. Okay, yeah. So, weird. I've actually never run into that with the image things. The more you know. I might actually just, instead of using like Unity's built-in image stuff, I might actually just use my own like image. I might also just scale it to, because obviously like 16 by 16 is kind of like really small. Yeah, we're gonna just do this. We will just also love how the UI panel is also like not technically. Oh wait. Oh. Okay, I bet if I go to Unity 6.4, like a different version of Unity, I have a feeling I'm gonna see something fun. Okay, we're gonna have fun here for a second. We're gonna have a lot of fun here for a second. Okay, so I want to show this off. I'm gonna have to like change Unity versions and then like re-change Unity versions. I know that sounds weird, but just show this off. Okay, so let's do this. All right, change Unity versions real quick. While I'm changing Unity versions, I can work just talk about a couple things, actually discuss a couple things. Yeah, so anyways, image icon stuff, as you saw. Let's do this. Unity UI toolkit. I actually want to see. All right. Okay, yeah, that's actually what it is. Okay, cool. We're gonna have fun times. All right, so I'm opening up a different version of Unity, and we're gonna have some fun with this one. Use image when you want the size of image to drive the size of elements. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I wanted to double check this real quick. I had to double check this real quick and make sure. Yeah, okay, so so the actual image component actually uses the pixel size of the actual image to drive the size of the element in layout. Well, if you set it as a background, you can actually like scale it up. Fix. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, because normally I just use a background image for like smaller icons. This is actually my first I'm gonna be trying like a lower icon image. Yeah. Reason why I want to show like a different version of Unity, if I actually like go here. Oh no, is it 6.5 not 6.4? Oh, oh. Okay, so it might actually be 6.4 instead. Unless it's in preferences. If I could my UI toolkit or project settings. Oh, it is actually inside of oh crap. Okay, gonna have one more fun times. One more fun times. One off on the version of Unity. That's okay though. I actually want to like show this off because like this is actually like a really good like showcase of like the updates for like UI toolkit. Oh, is this the newest version? It should be the one where I can actually like use the visual references, right? Like our visual image references. Oh, Okay, yeah, it is. I had to make sure. So we're about to see a new feature that was actually added to Unity to lower the headache of what I'm about to do. Warning, this version of Unity is alpha. Do not, let's go. It's gonna be a fun one. So this, what I'm about to show off is actually just added Unity. This is like a new Unity feature. But as long as the version doesn't crash, warning, this is like what I was about to show off is like a alpha version of Unity. So if it crashes, hey, I've actually had crashes in like one of the alphas recently, so just heads up. This, but if this does work, it's going to be like really cool, like a feature that I can actually like showcase and so forth. But yeah, we'll see if this actually works real quick. But while Unity is like opening the different version, let's go ahead and talk about like how we want to do like weapon systems and stuff. So let's do equipment. Let's go to I'm gonna actually like say equipment like or let's say maybe like equipment found or like a structure. Yeah, we'll say equipment structure. Let's just do this. Open new thing. I'll name this later. So let's add a card real quick. So we want to be able to actually like equip items. So I'm gonna just do requirements real quick. We want to be able to equip items to different slots. We want to be able to actually like see the ammo count for usable or depletable items like seeds, bombs. Oh, Unity opened up. Yes. Okay. Ignore the error for a second. It's okay. All right. So alpha version of Unity. I want to make sure like. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Whenever you update to the alpha version, you have to enable the setting, if I remember correctly, because it's not enabled by default. It should be US stats window, right? Right. Okay. So actually go down here and yes. All right. Cool. Okay. So I can actually start seeing this now. Yeah. So this is gonna make my life a lot easier. All right. So reason why I wanted to actually test out this version of Unity, Unity added it where you can actually see like the calculated actual like USS styles for UI elements inside of like hierarchy view. So I can actually like see the hierarchy and I can actually like see like what all the styles and everything are. So I can actually go down here and if we go to image, we see that we can actually go see the image is like a scale to fit mode, and we can actually start going through here and see what could be the issue. And I'm glad I actually like tried out the extra version of Unity because I instantly see what the problem is. So I'm actually going to open this. Gonna go here. Also, I gotta reset my style sheet. With this version of Unity as well, before I forget, so a couple things with this version of Unity, there's a lot of new UI toolkit stuff. I mean, as you see, like UI toolkit, UI elements actually show their stats inside the like inspector. But another thing I want to do is I'm actually going to choose my project-wide style theme. So I can actually go here. I can actually like set a project-wide styling theme, and now I don't have to set my style sheets. Like literally, I don't have to set my style sheets anymore. Like whenever I get into a game, like Unity will, whenever I load into, like whenever I build a game, Unity will set this theme as my default like USS theme, and any style sheets in that theme will automatically be loaded. So I don't have to like set style sheets or anything anymore using UI Toolkit. Thank you to whoever thought that was a good idea inside Unity. Makes life a little bit easier. But yeah, okay, so we can actually go here now and we can actually start seeing where some of the issues are. So if I actually go here, I was actually able to instantly see where the issue is. Fill to fit, let's say stretch fill. I want to actually see if this makes the issue better. Stretch fill. I was wanting to see if like they made it where you can actually like edit like multiple UI elements at once, but no. All right, but yeah, all right. Let's go in here real quick. Let's see if this actually changes anything game. No. I was hoping. So yeah. Yeah, okay, so that is what I was figuring. So issue lies within the fact that since the assets were originally like inside like an older game, they were very small, like size. So what am I gonna do? Well, we can have a fun time with this. So the assets were like the icons and stuff were made in the original art size. I am going to just cheap this out. I'm going to actually export. But I'm going to just resize it. And we're going to just do like a pair canvas. Let's do. Actually make sure that I'm actually like inside the like right file. That should be the right Sprite file, but I'm gonna make sure real quick. Okay, it was. Just want to make sure. So I actually go back here. Let's actually choose this now, and oh no, it did some ugly anti-aliasing. Oh yeah, it did some. Oh no, it's not that made it anti-alias. It is actually. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, well, crap. Oh wait, I need to actually just let it get, because I actually upscaled it. Yeah, okay, there it goes. That's why. When I first like opened up the new size sprites, they were like blurry, and I was like, uh-oh, that ain't good. So I want to just see if this actually solves part of the problem, because it looks like Unity just does not do well with their built-in like image element does not do well with like resizing like low like 8 pixels. These were literally 8 by 8 pixel icons. Yeah, let's see if this actually fixes the problem. So I'm actually gonna just switch out these hearts real quick, and I'm gonna just see if it looks way better now. So let's do Blur HUD, and let's do it's gonna be squishing for a second. Actually, I'm gonna just duplicate and paste, and I'm gonna just change the let's see if this actually is the. Yep, okay, that is the problem. Okay, note to self, if you're using UI Toolkit, the image, the updated like a UI element, like image base element, uses the actual like pixel size for the layout size. So if you are literally using a 8 by 8 pixel icon, it will make the UI element on your screen 8 by 8 pixels. And for some reason, like the scaling to like the size of the icons and stuff, or like scaling up was not working very well. All right, cool. Well, now since we actually know why like the UI and stuff was not like looking the best, we can easily solve this. But that was just a few things. Let's actually go and test out a couple things. I need to resize the item slot icons as well. Yeah, all right. Okay, there we go. now it's actually like looking a little bit like the normal size. I mean, obviously it's not still not the correct size, but it is fixes what our biggest problem was. So let's just do this. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to actually export as, I'm going to just do I'm trying to think if I export for like 8x8 would become 32x32. You know what, that's actually okay. Let's do that. And I'll probably like rename that stuff later. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna just grab the where did that save it as? Hold on. Oh, okay, well I was right. I was like, man, do I have one of the images open as the wrong one? I was right. It was just this one. There we go. Now we got it. Much better. So now if I actually go in here and I actually I'm gonna just grab this. I'll rename the actual like stuff. I'll rename it properly later, but for now I just want to actually get it working. Okay. Also, if whenever you're like exporting and you get like these blurry like so you see like very clear, easy to like read like sprite art, and you go like this, whenever you're like exporting in Unity in your like import settings, definitely make sure with the like upscaled image, check to see what your like max size is. So let's actually see, is it a little bit more than that? Okay, yeah, so there we go. Now it looks actually correct. So I'm gonna just go over here and I'm gonna just grab, so I did it where it was 4 times the size, so it should be like 320 width by 64 height. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's right. And I'm gonna just do the same thing here. Oh, sorry, 160 per icon for item slot icon. Both the item slots together would be that. Okay, so let's say item slot A again, and do item slot B. Now we actually have our little things. Sorry that took a couple minutes for me to like test out and see if that was indeed the issue with like descaling. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Now everything's starting to look a lot closer to its actual size. Yep. All right, so make sure this is actually, yep, correct height. There we go. Now I'm gonna say instead of stretch fill, scaled fit, and scale to fit. Let's. Oh no, that is a little bit off. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be honest. I might not use Unity's like built-in image thing, because like it really is a little bit like awkward with like some of its like choices for like built-in scaling. Just like if I were to I'm gonna just like grab another element real quick. If I was to grab an element here and I just actually set this as the item slot B background, just go and let's just say size, actually do 9. Yeah, it's like if I do that, like I can actually like control the size a lot more compared to like the element. Like if just using like image is like really kind of awkward, so I might actually end up just doing that. Yeah. Grab this and rename it. Anyways, also if anybody has like any questions, or like if anybody wants me to like make something, I'm always down to like actually like focus on like a specific thing and show someone how a specific thing is made, like whether it's like a enemy logic or behavior, stuff like that. And slot A, slot B. Actually, wait. Let's do actually. Now, since I actually have that, I might be able to just set one of these as a something tributes to check. Let's do since they technically don't have any like actual content in it, I actually had to like force a certain like settings, so I might be able to just do like a maybe actually. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna see how well this works. Actually, wait, didn't I make a custom? Oh, oh Lord, no, no. Yeah, okay. Yep. I would say I say the sizing stuff is like one of the things that Unity probably still needs to work on a little bit for like making it a little bit less of a headache, at least for that's still so big. Let's just do auto. Oh no. 10% height. Ow. I know that's not 10% height there, people. Oh well. Okay, we're gonna be honest, like the UI toolkit is actually like yeah, no. I'm actually trying to use like the entire we're manually setting the basis. We're manually just setting the basis. Okay, let's see, what was it? 40 times 4, so 160 pixels. There you okay. And we're do this. Say same thing. We're gonna just say like 10%, and obviously we gotta say the flex one as well. Hey, yay, 160. God, that is so stupid. That is actually what it takes to do this. And I want to make them like, there we go. Close enough. You know what? Screw it. I maybe need to make that a little bit bigger. You know what? UI toolkit, you're actually kind of like they're frustrating me. Man, UI, I'm done. I'll come back. Like that is really wonky right now for some reason. It's probably just like why like oh, I know why the issue is. I'm not gonna fix it. Anyways, I'm kind of just like testing out things, so I'll come back to like the overhead icon for a moment. That's actually good. We're gonna move on to something else. That's actually frustrating me. Getting like the sizes down. But yeah, so I'll just do this. Let's see. We could make it where the player can actually swing. Also, could properly animate the character as well. Yeah, let's just make the player be able to attack now. That seems like something better, more fun to actually move to. Let's do melee. Let's do melee weapon. Let's actually just do this. Let's do player. Let's do let's just make it where he can actually like hit any like stuff like that. So I'm gonna just go to a different thing, or like I'm gonna actually move to something else. I'm gonna actually just make it where like I can actually start using attacks and actually equip things. because it's curve above it sounds a lot funner. I'm gonna be honest, it just sounds a lot funner. Inventory. Let's just do inventory base. We should just do this. It seems weird that I'm like going away from one thing. Whenever you're like doing game development, if you get stuck somewhere, sometimes it's better to just like move on and make progress and then come back. All right, so we want to have a public, like we want to have like a player inventory. So let's actually do this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a player inventory, and we're gonna just have item. Yeah, let's actually go here. We're gonna just do equipment. So let's actually just go to equipment and start working on that. I'm gonna say, so how do we want to make equipment? We could do it as a scriptable object, which isn't such a bad idea. There's not a lot of like items inside of the game. Like yeah, there's not that many items inside the game. We could literally just use like we could actually just have like a scriptable object be the base for equipment style stuff and go from there. So I'm gonna actually do this real quick, where I'm gonna say equipment is basically a base class, like a yeah, let's do this. Equipment is a scriptable object. This way we can easily like change like item stats and stuff, and also like add like little modifiers and keep track of all of them in one spot. So basically, let's do this. I'm gonna actually add an equipment. I'm gonna say let's do instead of auto behavior, let's say equipment equipment data, or equipment object, and I'll just say ZTD. Yeah, we'll just say equipment object. ZTDR is like literally just like a abbreviation for like Zelda, like top-down remake. Add ZTDR abbreviation. There we go. Equipment. Let's say items. Equipment. So let's just say we'll need a like a item icon. So like the actual like sword, or like whatever it is. I think like Legend of Zelda actually used like the same like icon for almost for UI and for like grabbing out a treasure chest. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. We'll probably need, I don't think we won't really need a name. I might need like a equipment type, like equipment, let's say equipment type enum. And what this is going to be is in like Oracle seasons, you have like different types of equipment, like ones you equip, and then like default ones. I'm trying to think like let me actually like search this up real quick. Oracle seasons items. You have like the flippers is one of them. I'm trying to think like just like a passive item. You have like the Zoro flippers. Yeah, okay, so you had like the Zoro flippers, and then you had like trade items. So like the magic potion, like the Gashin nuts, and then like stuff like that. But yeah, so we're gonna want different types of items. So what we're gonna do is equipable, let's say equipable, or actually let's say active. So like items we actually use. I'm gonna also say use short 0. Passive. Yeah, we'll do that as well. So I know in Oracle Seasons, the boots was actually a some of the boots and stuff was actual like equipment slot thing. I hated that. I hated that burning passion. I know why they did that, because they had limited control buttons. But now since I'm actually going to be doing remake, I want to like actually update a couple things. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be adding a couple things where updating certain items to be passive. Without use. Think like the power bracelet, flip boots, maybe even feather, maybe even feather, sword, because like in the original like Oracle Seasons, you actually had to equip like all that, like you had to equip the sword, you had to equip the feather, and like the power bracelet, stuff like that. So maybe make it where like some of these are not like items you have to like actually equip, so actually have like their own dedicated like slot. I'm gonna actually say like okay, actually instead of like items used with input commands, the item slot commands, sword and boot, running with boots. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do it this way, and so we'll have like active ones, passive, and then item slot, which are the actual like items. Yeah, stuff like that. And obviously we have to have the quest items. So we'll actually do that as well. These are like actually let's actually add one more trade items, because there is a trade sequence. I hate that. With burning passion, I hate the trade sequence stuff, so maybe we'll like do something that makes the trade sequence a lot easier. I'll just say like main quest items for now. All right, so basically our equipment object, we're gonna say instead of like just like making different object types, we're gonna say equipment type. So public equipment type. We're gonna just say equipment type, and we're gonna actually from here we can actually this is actually good enough for the current moment. Yeah, this is actually okay for the current moment, and I'll show why. All right, so let's actually do data. Let's do item data, and we're gonna actually just like do this. We're gonna actually say like I should probably actually not think about that. Of equipment type, item type, because I just realized like I mean you're not going to be using like trade items and main quest items for equipment types for the most part. Don't add, no need that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we will do this. All right. Let Unity actually like redo update, recompile real quick. And I'm going to just say items, equipment. I should probably, oh crap, I need to actually rename this as well. Crap, no. I'm actually going to be changing this, so I'm going to say, I'm going to actually just say item object, or, yeah, item datum. To make up my life a little bit easier. Because I have like a actual like a custom package I made before, but yeah, let's do sword. All right, so active, and then we can actually like grab our sword icon and stuff. Let's actually do this. Let's go and we'll grab our sword icon as well. I'm gonna just use like the inventory icon for this, and we will just grab that. Yep. 32, and let's see, it was originally 16. Alright, so wait, actually, wait. Oh, actually, wait. Was it? Can you remember what was the original like height of it? Yeah. Because, all right, it was an 8x16 originally. Let's just do sword, level 1 icon, and we're gonna just do this. Sword. So gonna just do that. So we're gonna have like our little like icon for our sword, and we're gonna just set it to active. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually make it where we actually work with our like a weapon-based class. And I'm gonna actually do this a little bit different than I was doing inside the other project. I'm gonna actually go in here and yeah, okay. We're gonna do okay. I'm gonna actually just go to scripts. I'm gonna say weapons, and I'm gonna say let's just say like equipable, or or yeah, let's just say like a equipable melee weapon. Yeah. Let's actually go here. I'm gonna actually, I just spelled melee wrong. Whoops, hold a thought. One L, two E's. We'll have like a equipable melee weapon, or and then I'm gonna actually create a pretty much like a copy of like the melee base. But change a couple things from here. As stuff using as a weapon. Trying to keep all my custom like code namespaces separate. So I'm actually gonna for the most part take all of this. Because a lot of it actually will be like the same. But instead I'm gonna actually, let's actually, or waiting for text. Here we go. get some of these in there. Oh, I'll do the reference assembly real quick, but I'm not gonna do. We don't need combo attacks in this project, so don't need that. Don't need combo reset because we're actually not going to be doing. Don't need to set like combo timers because Legend of Zelda. Well, okay, top-down Legend of Zelda does not have like combo timers, so we actually do not need to do this at all. So I can actually just set this up and write that. So I am going to have to grab. Oh, don't need the combo timer either, and yes. Okay. Yeah. So thankfully, it uses like a lot of the things. Okay. So before I do much, we notice it's saying that I don't have like a timer class. So there's a reason why. I actually go to my packages, so my custom packages, go find a timer, and if we actually do this, timer run 2, oh, it is auto referenced. Hey, oh, why is... Oh, okay, just... Oh, it was trying to figure out, like, which timer to actually import. I was like, wait a second, that shouldn't be a problem. Let's actually grab these. Try to keep them actually, like, in here. Alright, cool. Okay. So we got, like, one more error, and now we can actually, like, start figuring stuff out. So this uses I'm not using any box colliders or rigid bodies. I'm using my own like a physics setup, and I can actually go into here. Oh, okay. So I might not even need that. Okay. Actually, I might end up actually creating a new weapon combo. That way I don't have like the combo like attacks inside the base one. For now, that works. Let's go and let's start send this up. Coding, equipable melee. Let's do this. Equipable melee. We'll use this. That way we don't have any of the actual combo stuff. I'll still need to like remove this one, but that's okay. Sword swing. So I will figure out the length of the attack animations later. I made a system where like I can actually like match the hitbox to like the visuals of the animations. I will do that in a little bit. For now, I want to actually just get like stuff set up. I can actually like see the player animation. All right, let's do. So let's actually we will set this up. All right. Let's say move to player, so it's a little bit on like a little bit of an easier background, like scene. All right. So what I'm gonna do is we have our little sword. Now we get to look into like how they actually did like the sword swinging animations and all that kind of crap. That's gonna be the real fun one. Okay, so let's do this. Let's check this out, shall we? So it looks like okay, I'm actually going to let's actually slice this. Existing, yeah, because I actually resized it last time. Actually, let's just yeah, that's okay. So let's go find the sword swing. Oh yeah, sword charge attack too. Um 32 by 2. Oh yeah, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, yeah, that works. I just want to see something. Player sword, wing. Left. Zero. We're gonna do this. Okay, I might end up going back to like creating that tool that I did. I had a tool, or like I was working on a tool where I could like actually quickly slice things and rename them a little bit better. I think I might actually go back to that, like working on that for a little bit, because I'm gonna be needing to slice a lot of sprites. A lot of sprites indeed. Let's actually do this. Yeah, might actually want to do that. Okay. Actually, wait, is this not sword swing? That's actually down. My bad. Not left. Yeah. Okay. Might be a little bit of a fun time. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. We're gonna be needing to splice a lot of sprites, and I do mean a lot of sprites. This might be the time to actually just go ahead and work on that little tool. Okay, we're gonna just see how well this goes. All right. Yeah, I might want to do that. Alright. Because like as you see, going one by one and naming them, it sucks. It really does suck. And it's gonna be time consuming. Really time consuming. I don't want to waste time on that. What I might do might actually work on working on like the little like sprite editor tool I was actually working on before. Just for reference, reason why I was working on that, I could like this was early work in progress, but with Unity's like sprite editor, I'm gonna grab this, with Unity sprite editor, I had to like, you can't select multiple sprites at once. So like for like the Octorok, I have to go like one by one, setting up like the frames and stuff. I mean, I could just not like name them, but then whenever you're like trying to find that specific sprite, it's going to take forever to find them. So what I'm going to do instead of doing this is I'm going to actually work on finishing this, because with this I was actually able to do like for example, let's do this. Let's actually grab, so I can actually select multiple sprites. I can actually say player swing sprite, and if I actually that whenever I grab them, oh no, oh, I need to push that commit. I was actually I did not push that commit. Okay, you know what? Yeah. So before we go on to here, we're gonna make a tool real quick, because it's going to be very painful to like actually like set up all the animations and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a tool that sets this up automatically for me. So yeah, because there is a lot of sprites, and I mean a lot of sprites. So gonna let Visual Studios actually like and grab this. Okay, it's been a long time since I've actually worked on like this little tool. So let's actually see how this is gonna go. Test. Oh, okay. I just have to hit enter. Okay, so yeah, okay. Let's actually work on this because this will actually make this a lot easier. Let's go to our sprite editor and let's actually make this real quick. Let's actually also real quick. Let's say these. That way I can actually get these out. Okay. For anybody that hasn't seen it, you can actually make your own like sprite modules and like sprite editor and so forth. And the reason why you might want to do it is so you can actually like make it where you can add functionality where you can actually edit multiple sprites at once, which is kind of useful. So I'm going to actually close all the tabs to the left, basically close the stuff that's not related to this, and I'm going to actually start opening this up. Fun fact, when I first started like testing this thing out, there was no, like this was before like Unity 6 even, so there's a lot newer API that actually might make my life a little bit easier now. I'm gonna actually update this real quick. And it's one of those things where like if I actually make it, it will speed up everything else that I work on. There we go. So I'm gonna just go ahead and actually set it up real quick. Yeah. All right. Cool. Also, if I see like a editor window here, it's because it's a partial class. These are actually all like partial classes to one thing. So if anybody's curious. But I think I literally just kept it here just so I wouldn't have to like I wouldn't forget. All right, let's do this. Get this all set up. Gonna be like a little bit of a cleanup session, but hey. All right, so let's do this. Okay, yeah, there was a lot of stuff I was actually working on for this. Let's actually go to first thing. Let's actually make it where I can zoom in and out. The current moment and scroll to. Yeah, I'm gonna actually change the name of the stream. Actually, we'll worry about that in a second. All right, so that's bright red. Yeah, let's do this as well. UI viewed should be zoom stuff, zoom level. Yay. All right, so let's actually start making it where we can actually zoom in on this, like the little sprite thing. Or actually, I might actually, before I do that, I might go ahead and test out like making sure like it actually works with like making animations. So player swing or sword swing. There. All right, let's see if that works. No, okay. I need to also update like the like how we see if like I'm actually over something. Yeah. Oh no. Mess with a lot of things. Alright. Yeah, so it's gonna be a few minutes of like me going through and updating this. Alright. Let's go ahead and go through here and set this up. Okay, so I might have to go to my door for a second. Okay. Let's find where I was actually like setting up all the UI views. Okay, yep. Alright, root container, main container. Visual element. Yeah, setting up the texture view. And this is clearly all the stuff needed to like do like your own custom like sprite editor. Yeah, okay. There it is. In this before I forget. Add toolbar button. Yeah, okay, so we good, okay. And this is where we want. Sprite inspector frame, check slice animation toolbar, yeah. Okay. Oh my god, there's a lot of fun times here. Yeah. Alright, so let's first I'm gonna fix these buttons first real quick and go from there. So we have our little sprite editor toolbar that has our bulk of our top part. And I also grab this just so we don't do it. Alright, layer is initialize toolbar. There we go. Sprite toolbar menu. Okay, yeah, so actually make sure like okay, yeah, so that still works. It's been a while since I've actually had to update this. Here, there it is. Toolbar button row. Apply button. Button. Oh, okay. I know why. I think I know why styling broke. Okay, so when I was doing this package, let me actually check this real quick. Make sure this is actually why styling broke. Oh, no, okay, I haven't like updated the name of the package. I actually updated some of the package names, and whenever you update like an actual package name, it can change like where the folders and stuff are, so yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, it is that. We're gonna test this out. Sprite toolbar packages. Shatter. And we're gonna go into here and just check components toolbar. Yep, okay, that's what it is. Object reference not set to an object. Yeah. So we're gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna actually change the sprite name. To speed up. Alright, I'm gonna be working on this for a bit. I'm actually gonna pause stream here and I'm gonna make food. I'll be back later. But I want to actually well, actually no. I can wait a little bit. But I'm gonna make before I like do anything else with like the Oracle seasons. I really want to just like create my like the custom sprite editor real quick because it'll take a couple seconds to actually like make it. Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and like pause stream. I'm gonna grab food. I'm gonna write out the ideas and actually didn't do it. But thank you all for joining. The stream wasn't very productive, unfortunately. But I'll be back in like an hour or so. I just want to make food and also like look at this. Because if I can get this done, it will make it where I can speed up, like it will literally speed up like creating the animations. It'll speed up creating a lot of other stuff. So I will be back in like an hour or so after I eat.